Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to do a shop my stash video just because I've got a lot of makeup sitting in my drawers, as you will have seen in my makeup collection, that I really need to test or try or just use up, and a few of those things I wasn't happy with and a few of those things, as you can see, I probably did love. So yeah, I was inspired by Emma's Rectangle to do this video just because she's doing like the £10 project, and she then did a shop her stash video, and I thought, you know what, I should really start looking into what makeup I have, especially that I'm trying not to buy as much new makeup. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, then just carry on watching. Seeing as this video was based on Emma's video, I have actually bought one of her recommendations before, and this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Glow Primer. And I thought, it's got apricot vitamins in it, and I thought, well, why not start off with this? She always raves about it. She says it warms up her complexion, so I'm going to start with this and hope. So I don't know if I've ever used this on camera. I don't think I have. Warm it up in my fingers. It is quite orange. It smells so good. Just like all of the Bourjois Healthy Mix stuff. I feel like all it's done is made me go red. It's very glowy. So I don't actually see a difference on my skin, just that it feels really soft. It doesn't feel tacky. It just kind of feels like something will glide on. So now primer is done, I'm going to go into foundation. And another foundation that has been sitting in my drawer for a little while is the Revolution Conceal and Define. I can't have a video without Revolution being involved. And it's in the shade F2. And again, it's got the massive doe foot that everybody raves about. And to be fair, I really like. So yeah, we're just going to try this. I do love how much product comes out on this. What I remember about this foundation is that I loved how full coverage it was. And let's just hope it still is. Oh, wow. So I had a massive spot here and it has covered that mofo up. I think one of the reasons I stopped using this foundation is because my skin gets quite dry, and when that happens, this clings to dry patches. I remember I used to get it so bad, like on my forehead, but right now it's looking quite nice. It has really evened out my skin tone and all the redness on my face. It's the one thing I love about this foundation. So it has clung to dry patches around my nose, but everywhere else at the moment is looking semi-decent, I must say. And I've got dry patches on my eyes from eczema at the moment, but we're doing okay. So next is a concealer that I haven't used in forever, and I can't remember, I think I've used this once, to be fair, and this is because I got it at IMAX, and it's the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer, and it is in the shade 02, because God forbid I get the first shade. It's quite a thin concealer. I'm so used to like my Collection Lasting Perfection. It's kind of the same shade as my Collection concealer. There's tons of product left in this. I really should start using it up. My skin is looking a bit dry and dehydrated. Blends out nicely. I feel like it definitely oxidized. which is weird. It oxidized, but now that I'm like patting it into the skin, it is gone quite a nice colour. Anyone else make weird faces? So my skin has definitely dried up even more. So we're going to go on to powder. Sadly, I'm probably going to be quite cakey at this point, but we'll fix it. We'll use some fixing spray. And for powder under my eyes, I'm again using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder, which is just a nice loose powder. I have used this a few times before. Again, not sure if I've used it on camera. And it's a really pale colour, like it's just going everywhere. It's a very soft powder. I feel like this range, even though it says photogenic, which means you should be caked up a little bit, it's going everywhere. It's very like natural looking. Definitely got some strong creases going on under there. I am going to leave that to bake. Oh my god, it's everywhere. Whew. I'm going to leave that to bake while I do my eyeshadows, but first we're just going to go on to some finishing powder. And a powder that stays in my drawer for a long time, but is one of my favourites, is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in transparent, just because I love my L'Oreal because it gives me a bit more coverage, and that's just been my go-to at the moment. But let's just delve into this one. Wow, I am so dry. I'm literally using so many matte products that I can feel a bit tight around my skin. So I'm going to warm up my skin just because I'm looking so pale. And I'm going to use this Contour and Glow palette by Primark. And it just looks like this. I feel like this is going to be a little bit too dark for me. But hey, I really need warming up at this point. It's a bit orange. I'm so scared. Oh no, it's not as dark as I thought it'd be. On camera it's as dark as I thought it'd be, but not in real life. And from another Primark palette, just looks exactly the same, but this is called a Blush and Beam palette. I'm going to use this blusher, and this is in the shade... Well, it doesn't have a shade on it, but we're going to use that. Only thing is how like the pan is very like long and slender. That is very annoying. So much powder. Okay, why is this camera making things look so much more worse than they are? It really isn't that bad. Got a lovely highlight running through it. Like a gold, it reminds me of NARS Orgasm. And then we've got like the darker version of that palette, and I am going to take the highlight out of the other one. It looks exactly the same, just a little bit deeper. I do love the blush, but I feel like that would have been too dark for me. So I'm going to do the highlight, and this again has no shade on it. I would have told you. Not as beaming as a highlight from Primark has been in the past. So as I said, I'm feeling a little bit dry, so I am going to go into my makeup collection and quickly just pop and get a finishing spray or fixing spray, something, because this is so dry. So I have a primer water, which I don't think is going to do anything, so I'm going to go to my handy MAC Fix Plus and try that. So I feel less tight. Just still looks a bit dry. So now that we've done kind of all the base, I'm going to go in with the eyes. And for the eyes, you would have seen in my beauty base haul one of these Nicka K eyeshadow palettes, and this is in the, I was going to say shade, it is shade, isn't it, Mocha Mix, if I can open it up. And I feel like this is a lovely like autumnal palette and will go well with this jumper. I am going to start off with this shade here in my crease, and I'm actually going to like zoom you guys in for this part, and maybe you'll see how dry my skin really looks. This blends out really nice. Considering my eyelids are very dry and not giving it the best of like advantages to start with. Then I'm going to go in with this like berry shade here, and I'm just going to put that on the like outer corner a bit more. And I'm going to take this shade here and put this all over my lid. Now I'm going to actually wet my brush, seeing as I've got my MAC Fix Plus. This looks incredible. I wasn't that sold on the mattes as much, but wetting this shade here looks amazing. And then I'm just going to run this shade under my eye, and I think once I've done that I will come back and just with like mascara finish eyes, and we'll be on to lips. And also I need to do my eyebrows. So yeah, I'll be back in a minute for that. So as you can see, I have finished the base and everything else and my eyes, so I'm going straight on to lips, and I have all of the Revolution Pro Diamond Luster New Neutral Satin, whatever these, they've got different names for different collections. I've got all of them. I wish I kept the boxes for these ones. These were the original ones that they first came out with. So yeah, I think I'm going to put one of these on, and I feel like going for a vampy look. So let's try Seclusion in a weird space. Okay, so it's not vampy, but do you know what? I feel like this will match my jumper, so we're going to use this one. I'm going to use my Gigi Hadid lip liner that I always use at the moment, just because it's right next to me and I forgot to get a lip liner. So this is the finished look from all products that I haven't really reached for in my collection, or that are new that I should get around to using. And yeah, I feel like it went okay in the end. I wasn't too keen on the base because you heard how many times I was ranting about how dry my skin felt, but other than that, like, I'm quite glad that I tested or tried a few products that have just been sitting in my collection for a little while, and I feel like I found some few favourites, which is, I did like these palettes here. These were quite nice from Primark. I did enjoy, I also tried a new mascara, but I didn't think to test it on camera, which was the Argan Oil Wonderful Mascara by Rimmel, which is a new favourite for me. I also liked, if I can find it, this, which is the Nicka K Mocha Mix palette. And I actually like the primer if my skin wasn't feeling too dry. If my skin was oily, I think this primer would be amazing. I am glad with the finished look from this, and if you guys like the video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.